Oh, how we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Collectibles with Chris. And today on the channel, we have episode 58 of Unboxing the Fed. And this is a very special episode. I kind of, if you watched, the video I had a couple days ago with all the stuff I was gonna unbox. I told you about this video or this figure and all that and how much it means to me and all the stories and blah 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 blah. So, well, it is now story time. So I'll just go ahead and show you the figure. You guys already probably saw the thumbnail and all that good stuff. But yeah, we got Paul Heyman. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about this first. Let me get a little closer for story time. Alrighty. So Mr. Paul Heyman is very special to me in well, basically I owe my wrestling fandom to him, I would say. I remember when I was probably about maybe 9 years old, 10 years old. I went to a church rummage sale, and at the rummage sale, one of the guys was selling a bunch of old VHS tapes, and he had wrestling tapes in there. And so I was going through, and I'll be honest, I knew nothing of wrestling at the time. I knew what wrestling was, but that was it. So I was going through, and I grabbed one. It was a copy of WrestleMania 3. And the guy was like, "Oh, that's a real good one. That's a good one." So I grabbed it, and then I was going through. He's like, "Well, maybe take this one too." He's like, "That that's kind of a good little variance between the two." I was like, "Okay." So I grabbed the second one and went and found my grandma, and she bought them for me, and yada. I don't even know what we paid for them, but anyways. So I went home and I was really excited about WrestleMania 3. So I put that one in because I saw Hulk Hogan on the cover. So I watched that one and watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it. And, I watched it so much that, the film went bad, blah, 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 whatever, analogy you want to use or anything like that. But anyways, so got kind of tired of that one. And then I was like, you know what, let me go try this other one. So got it out, put it in, and it was the best of ECW volume whatever. I can't remember, but it was basically like a highlight reel of a bunch of different ECW matches. I think there was 4 matches on the video, maybe 5. I think there was 4, but anyways. Like I said, I'm used to watching WrestleMania 3. So, Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. That was, that's the greatest thing ever. Like, that's wrestling. That's the biggest thing that's ever happened in wrestling. Blah, 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 blah. So, I go from that, and then I put in this ECW tape, and the first thing, I remember the first match was the Dudley Boys against somebody. I'll be honest, I cannot remember who they're facing. But I remember seeing, I believe it was Bubba, put somebody through a table, and I just thought, whoa, you can do that? Like, you can do that? That's part of wrestling? Like that's a whole thing? Like, I didn't think you could do that. I thought that was illegal. Yada, yada, yada. And it just, obviously, I watched the rest of that tape, and it just completely changed my whole view of what wrestling could be. And it wasn't that it was violent and all that, but it was more so like the emotion and everything that went into it was just, it was so cool. And, when you saw, somebody get hit over the head with a chair and they're all busted open and, they got color and it's going everywhere. It wasn't just like, oh, that's violent. It's so awesome. It's great. I sounded like Vince there. Oh, it's violent. Yeah, but it wasn't just because of the violence. It was more so like when I saw that, it was like, it was a visual representation of the sacrifices that these wrestlers go, or these guys go through, guys and girls go through all the time, like every single match, just for our entertainment. And it I don't know, it just like, it really kind of, and granted, I understand, it's all scripted, blah, 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 blah. But, at the time when I was 10 years old, I didn't know that. I did, but, you get more into it then, now it's more suspension of disbelief. But anyways, I really got into it, and it made me really, really like latch on to a different, more like cerebral part of wrestling to me that I loved so much more. So, anyways, I'll quit ranting. I know you're not here to listen to me rant, but anyways, I don't know why I did that. We got Paul Heyman, so let's go ahead and do that. Sorry, my mouth's dry. Alrighty, let's go ahead and check him out. I'm gonna try to slant this a little bit out that way. No, maybe a little bit this way. Trying to get rid of that glare there and that like little back shot. I don't know. I might change up the videos here, and maybe I'll do the reviews and stuff just from the top-down angle, so that way you're not getting that like camera in the background. So I don't know. Maybe the next one I'll change it up. So I'll do some experimenting. I'll see how I feel. But anyways, we got Paul Heyman. He does come with the ECW mic. He's got the ECW hat. I believe he's got like a little press pass badge underneath his little jacket or underneath his trench coat. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you got the commentator headset. Once again, like I said, sorry for that glare. We got a couple of sets of hands. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip this to the back, so that way get rid of this glare. I'll just show it more over there. And like I said, I'll figure out the filming and all this, because for some reason the glare just is a lot worse now than it used to be. I don't know. But anyways, there's Mr. Heyman himself. And here is the bio. I'll try to get it focused. There you go. If you want to pause and read that, you can. Alrighty. Yeah, you also got Paul Heyman on both the sides as well, with his little trademark smirk. So, alrighty. Let's go ahead and get him over to the table of unboxing and get him out of there. And y'all know the drill by now. Anytime I'm heading over there, if you could head down there, hit that thumbs up button, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell me I suck, I don't care. Anything. Engagement. Let's do this. Thank you. Alrighty, everybody, and we back. Oh yeah, look at that. And well, the glare's still there, but I can kind of adjust that. You're not getting that glare from the camera facing back, so I don't know. I'll probably start doing my reviews from here. Maybe I'll just do like a quick little talky talk over there, and then come over here and do the rest over here on this side. So I can kind of control the lighting a little bit better. It's not as aggressive. I say that and then I do that. Alright. But anyways, like I said, I already showed you it all, so let's go ahead and get him out of here. Which side did I cut? This side. The side that I tore. Ay. Nope, didn't get that bottom piece, but that's okay. You know what? I'm not saving the box, so that's fine. And try to save part of the box, maybe that back. Let's see if I try to save that backing because that's kind of cool. There we go. Let's do that. Alrighty. Let me get these tie downs off first. Alrighty, got all those taken out. Put those in there so the dog doesn't get them. Pop these hands out. Yeah, Paul Heyman's gonna give you those hands. Alright. Might as well just pop everything out. Good. Go ahead and set out. Now let's get Mr. Heyman himself out. Oh, shoot. Oh. You know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Rubber band off. All right. As you saw, there's a headset. And we got the other handsets. Looks like you got some open palm, handshake hands, the other accessory hand, and then the other pointer finger hand. So that's what we got. All right. Well, check it out as is, and then I'll take off the jacket and then go from there. I'll take the mic out of his hand, but as you can see, he does come with the ECW mic, which is so nice. That's a really cool addition. And so, along with along with the title belts, I do have a little mic collection, so that's kind of cool to add to that. But as you can see, we got the ECW hat, and oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know this was hooded. I mean, don't really work, but it's there. I mean, obviously it's because of the ponytail, but oh, and then other things too. But anyways, it's there. That's cool. So let's take this off, and then we can get to the full figure himself. No pun intended there. All right. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool jacket. I mean, given the size, you could definitely put this on any other figure. I'd say if it was shorter, it would actually work pretty cool for maybe like AJ Styles, but obviously it's the long version. But anyways, that could definitely be used for other people, not just Paul Heyman. But it does look good on him, I guess. And as I said, we do have the ECW Press Pass. That 2006, it looks like. Yep, 2006. That's pretty cool. That is a really... Nope, nothing on the bottom. But that is a really cool accessory. I am not taking that off at all. Other than possibly putting it... No, I was going to say maybe on my like a Rob Van Dam figure. Or one of the Dudleys. But, no, for now... ECW, it's Paul. So we'll go ahead and check out the rest of this. It says, I don't expect much in terms of articulation. I think you can... Nope, that's glued. Or I think it's glued. Yeah, that looks like that's glued together, so we can't do that. So you're definitely not going to get any ab crunch. He does have double jointed elbows. So there's that, and they are pretty smooth actually. Why do they give the smooth elbow joints to the figures that aren't really like meant for, you know, posing, so to speak? But anyways, I've just noticed like there's times where I've gotten like some figures I'm like, why are your elbows so good, or why are your knees so good? Like you're not. But oh wow, yeah, this doesn't even really go full 360 on the shoulder. Wow, I mean it might be able, or it probably can. Yeah, it can. It's really tight. Wow. Okay, I'm assuming the other one's that way too, so I'm not gonna mess with it because like I said, I'm not really gonna pose this figure a whole lot. And this is more for memories and display purposes, but can you take the hat off? No, oh yeah, no, you can't take the hat off because it goes under the ponytail, so obviously you can't take the hat off. That's okay. And the press pass is going to stay on. Check. Oh! Nope, not going to push that any further. That's already... Yeah, it's already kind of starting to stretch that back material there. There we go. You gotta work it, but you can get that upper joint. Wow. Like I said, I didn't expect much, but man, yeah, that's a workout just doing that. Rocker ankles. Alrighty, let's go ahead and I don't know. I kind of like it better without the jacket, if I'm being honest with you. So I think I'm going to keep the jacket off. I think I'm going to put him at my announce table. I think he might take the place of one of my announcers. So I think I'm going to do that. Alrighty, well, I'm going to do that. But anyways, this was Paul Heyman. And yeah, you're right. His name is Paul Heyman. So this is a great figure. Like I said, as far as articulation, you're not getting much, but you get some great accessories, especially if you're an ECW fan. And just, it's a great figure just to have just for the memories and just to have on your shelf, or in my case, the announce desk. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put him at the desk and get some pictures of that. And I'll see you all Monday with... Well, nobody has commented on my video so far for what they want to see next. So, I guess I will choose. And Monday is going to be... yeah. Monday is going to be Naomi. We are going to unbox Naomi on Monday. So, that'll be Monday's video. Like I said, stay tuned for some good pictures of Paul Heyman at the announce desks. So, alright. See you later. Bye.